Alright guys, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be doing a Google Maps tour of Mountain Home, Idaho. Now if you're not familiar with Mountain Home and you're trying to put pieces together and know what's going on in Mountain Home or what's available in Mountain Home, this is going to be the perfect video. So today we're going to go ahead and dive into that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the content. So with that being said, we are talking about Mountain Home, Idaho. So now this heart on the screen right here, this is going to be Mountain Home. This right here is Idaho, right? That perfect little panhandle. And you even see some people on their trucks and things, they turn that into a gun. It's so funny. But anyways, with that being said, right, so now we're gonna go in to Mountain Home. So this is southwest Idaho here. So now in relevance to where Mountain Home is compared to Boise. So this is Mountain Home, this is Boise. So for those of you that are watching this, basically if you put a clock here, right, if we put a clock right here, you're going to see Boise's at about 11 o'clock and Mountain Home is at 4 o'clock. So with that being said, if you hop on I-84 here, it'll take you straight to Mountain Home. Now Mountain Home itself, when you put it into Google Maps, this is going to be the city itself as far as what they mark on Google Maps. So we're gonna go ahead and get this out the way real quick. Now for those of you that are PCSing to the base, just so you have an idea, so this is how you get from Mountain Home to Mountain Home Air Force Base. So it's about a 15-minute drive, which literally if you put it into directions right here and we say, hey, Mountain Home, Idaho to Mountain Home Air Force Base. So from Mountain Home to Mountain Home Air Force Base, you're looking at about a 20-minute drive. Now this is one of the roads, and then obviously you have this other road, which if you live in this area, which is Silverstone, CBH, those homes, it's kind of convenient to just go this way. But for the other people that live more in this area, they also like to take now Air Base Road. Now I will say during winter time and things of that nature, it's a lot smarter if you actually just go Air Base Road, because that is the road they actually clear. So I wouldn't recommend going this back way. It is a road and all that good stuff, but they don't maintain it like they would Air Base Road, as you know, a lot of military folks have to make it to and from base. So I would stay on this road for the most part. It does have restricted usage or private roads, so for military people, once you get to the gate, that's pretty much it. You can't get further than that. Now for some reason this is a little further than it should be, so if we edit it, the actual drive from Mountain Home to the gate would be about 15 minutes long, if that makes it a lot easier for you guys. So a lot of people love to live in Mountain Home. Now I do want to just zoom out real quick just for our base people, just because I want them to get an idea of what this looks like. If we go to Boise, Idaho, just gonna throw in this for you guys just so you can get an idea. So from the heart of Boise, you're pretty much driving 54 minutes, and you can hop on the commuter van and things of that nature if that's what you guys need, but just to give you guys a little bit of perspective on that. So anyways, with that being said, back to Mountain Home itself. Now, a lot of people that are relocating to Mountain Home, they always ask me, what are some of the best neighborhoods? So what I want to point out isn't the best neighborhoods by my personal bias, but where a lot of the clients that are reaching out to me from YouTube and from all over the world, from Korea, Germany, wherever base or station you guys are coming from, or if you're just local wanting to move to the suburbs of Boise, these are the areas that a lot of people are really loving. So the first part is going to be right here, right? So Legacy Park. Legacy Park is a beautiful, beautiful park. In the winter and all that, is kind of like a nice little area where you can go snowboard down, or not snowboard, excuse me, body sled down, and it's just a bunch of hills and things of nature. People love to go to Legacy Park, and the homes in the area are also very, very beautiful. There's some homes that were built in 2014, 2006. You have a little bit of everything. So you have anything from a small charming home all the way to a big beautiful home. So another area that they love outside of Silverstone, which I'm going to zoom in real quick so we can show you, outside of Legacy Park, is going to be right here. The Silverstone subdivision is one of the clients' favorites, and the reason for this is this was the last neighborhood that they actually built without an HOA. So a lot of people really love this neighborhood because these aren't just like your cookie cutter homes. These are going to be some of the custom built, to where they didn't exactly get to pick the entire like floor plan, right? But they did get to pick what gets put in the home as far as flooring, as far as how many windows, as far as the type of counters and things of that nature. So these are semi-custom homes built by Hubble, which is a pretty reputable home builder. Right across the street, you're gonna have the CBH neighborhood. So this is the Morning View subdivision. CBH are the builders that actually work out of this area. And if you look here, you will see that they are starting to add more and more roads. So for those of you that haven't looked at a map, or maybe you're relocating back to Mountain Home, it used to be just this area was built, and now they have built all the way out to here, and I believe they're building their final stretch. And I will show you another neighborhood real quick that CBH is also building, and that is going to be in this area over here. So actually you can see it says Thunderbolt Landing by CBH. So that is currently where they're building more homes as well. So this is actually right next to Legacy Park. So for those of you that are getting ready to relocate and maybe really end up loving the Legacy Park area, you can also see that CBH is building some new construction down this way. So there'll be a lot more new homes being built, and I know they're going to continue to grow. Now, as far as things to do in Mountain Home, right? So there's not a lot to do, truthfully. So here on the map, I'll show you guys just a couple of areas. So you have your grocery stores here. This is your Albertsons. This is your Walmart. Across from Walmart, you're actually going to have your grocery outlet in. It's actually going to be right here. You're going to have your Dutch Bros here. You're going to have your grocery outlet. You're going to have all your kind of fast food restaurants right next to it. Wendy's, McDonald's. And as you keep going, a lot of people stay in these hotels here. But you also have this little restaurant here called Wingers. And there's also a steakhouse here as well as Subway, Jack in the Box, and all those areas. So here is actually where you enter I-84. This is one of the entrances to get to Boise, or if you want to go the other way, just for reference, Twin Falls is going to be this way. So you'll drive through Hammett, Glens Ferry, and finally get to Twin Falls. So Twin Falls is much further than Boise, so a lot of people prefer to live in Boise for those of you that have to commute to Mountain Home. But as I said, I-84 not typically busy unless you're driving around 5 p.m. because a lot of people leave work at 4:30, right? Anywhere between 4 to 5 p.m. people are hopping on I-84 and headed to Boise. Not a lot of people driving the other way back to Mountain Home. So as we continue to grow the city, though, we do believe that more and more people are picking up on the fact that Mountain Home is a much more quieter, better place to live if they are trying to get away from, just the population and just the immense growth that Boise is having. They tend to come and head to Mountain Home just because there's so much less going on as far as what they have to worry about, going through traffic, higher cost of living. Mountain Home is just a lot cheaper. So there's a couple other spots I'll go ahead and point out for you guys. So another couple spots that you're gonna really love is going to be downtown. So as far as downtown Mountain Home, this is gonna be where downtown is, this area right here. So downtown Mountain Home is actually very legit. So this is gonna be downtown Mountain Home. So Mountain Home doesn't have a lot to offer as far as entertainment and things of that nature. This actually did open, so this is open now. I believe Napa is still there, and then Wells Fargo is still there. But as you kind of just roam around Mountain Home, you'll see one of the best Mexican restaurants right here, Mi Casa. Highly 10 out of 10 recommended. But it's just an older, charming town, right? So not a lot going on as far as, skyscrapers or things of that nature. It's going to be very quiet, very minimal as far as what's offered. They did just renovate a lot of stuff here on downtown, so believe it or not, this is all newer to where they're just trying to make the landscaping as far as Mountain Home look a lot better. And this is actually now built as well. This is an adult training school. This is the hub where some people like to come out and just hang out for children and things of that nature. Do have a Chase Bank, a US Bank, and a couple other areas that you can check out. So headed this way, this will be pretty much taking you to the Walmart, I-84, or there is another way that most people enter the base, or enter the interstate, which I can show you guys that as well. So as far as another entrance, which is more popular, is this one right here. So this is where you also would enter. So like I said, if you live next to Legacy Park, which is a spot where a lot of people love to live nearby, they'll just pretty much hop through here. There's a little road that'll take you here, and you will be a pretty much straight shot to Boise. So from Legacy Park to Boise, you're looking at about a 40-minute drive, so significantly shorter than 40 minutes depending on how fast you drive. There is a cheese factory here, which is always highlighted on Google Maps for some reason. They really love their cheese, I guess. And then as far as hospitals or medical care in Mountain Home, there's St. Luke's, so that's open 24/7 for emergencies, and then on base they don't have 24/7 care. So 9 times out of 10, anytime after 5 o'clock, they'll pretty much shoot you over to St. Luke's, and if St. Luke's in town can't handle it, they'll push you out to Boise. Now there is more hospitals opening up, so things of that nature is also starting to pop up. But in reference to Mountain Home and what it has to offer, there's not a lot going on. So as you see, it's just a small town. They have your basic, pizza, D&B Supply, which is right here. They do have Stoney's, they have Manhattan Cafe, they have Albertsons, and like I said, Walmart. But that's pretty much what they have to go as far as Mountain Home. So Mountain Home is more of a very strongly local driven area as far as the town. So there's a lot of locals in the area that really just are prideful of Mountain Home and what it has to offer as far as community and just how close everybody is. And there's always events being thrown, whether it's here at Carl Miller Park, which is one of the more popular parks, or here at Legacy Park. So it kind of goes hand in hand. But that's pretty much the rundown as far as what Mountain Home has. So there's not a lot that Mountain Home has to offer. If you're looking for a more stable, quiet, peaceful lifestyle, Mountain Home is where a lot of my clients, for a lot of the families that I work with that are selecting Mountain Home, they typically do that because they like that the cost of living is a lot lower. They're being able to, just get on the interstate and just take a straight shot to Boise during the weekends when they want to go out and have some fun. But overall, they just really love Mountain Home because of its quiet environment and not a lot of things going on. Now, I will say on the contrary, there are some people that aren't big fans as far as education goes for their children. So what they'll do is they'll actually move to Boise Meridian just because they want to be in the West Ada district, because the West Ada school district has been nominated as the best school district in all of Idaho. So a lot of people actually move to that area just in Meridian, Boise, so they can put their children in a more reputable school district.